Well, hello and welcome to the kitchen of the dollhouse. And what's cooking today? Well, another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays. That's what's cooking by Goldschneider and Joost for August 2nd. That's right, the day of the versatile signature. Ooh, and what kind of image or illustration do we have at the top of the page? You may be wondering. Well, it looks to be 3 quills there making some wavy lines. A signature, no doubt, of versatility, I guess. It's kind of hard to see those quills based on the perspective they took, but they're there. That's right. Hey, is it August 2nd and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to say happy birthday. And if this video comes to you long or say shortly after your birthday has already come to pass, well, I hope you had a happy birthday, truly. But for everyone else who's just joining us randomly, well, I want to say welcome. And I hope you enjoy yourself. Before we dive in with the birthday read, though, let's roll some dice, shall we? Yeah, why are we rolling dice? Well, it is the Diecast birthday cast, so we need to live up to the namesake. But more importantly, we want to get some synchronicity going. That's right. We need some influence in our lives, something to work with. What do we roll? A 3 and a 4. That's right, a 4 in the crown, 3 in the root for you New Age chakra-minded folks. I still need to figure out how that's applied, but maybe one day. Maybe let me know down in the comments there if you have some knowledge as to how to append that. If you can get past all the stuttering there. All right, hey, what's synchronicity, you may be wondering? Well, it's just the universe showing you your path if you're open to it. And if you're on the lookout for those numbers, you're open to it. And so, the universe just has a way of giving you signs. Say a bus passes by the number 43 bus, and maybe you get on there and you take it to stop number 7, and you get off and you meet the love of your life. Hey, it's as simple as that. I don't know if it is realistic as that, but that's what synchronicity is, all right? You might just notice up on one of them blinking temperature readouts that it's, 43 degrees, but maybe that's not what the temperature is at all. Simple things like that. So, any event, it just lets you know the universe is looking out for you, and you can get on the path at any time. So, at least that's my read on synchronicity. All right, so them's your numbers there. 4 and a 7, or 4 and a 3 for a 7. That's right. Okay, hey, let's go. Let's dive in with the read there. If I can keep my words straight here. All right. Your month is August, your day is the 2nd, your sign is 9 to 11 degrees Leo, your period is Leo 1 specifically, and your quality and element is fixed fire. All right, August 2nd, the day of the versatile signature. Those born on August 2 are able to operate in a variety of areas while at the same time giving everything they do their personal, unmistakable stamp. Thus, although they may often appear to others to have gone off track, given up to their proven success, or succumbed to a new unrealistic temptation, they time and time again show their ability to make a triumph of their latest endeavor without sacrificing their essential identity. Chameleon-like, they embrace change while at the same time remaining themselves. This matter of sorely trying or even losing the belief of others for a time is often a problem for August 2 people. Fighters, those born on this day, do not let popular opinion sway them from attempting the perilous or improbable. Perhaps after many years, others who work them from attempting the perilous. Others who work or live with them will begin to see the wisdom in what they do and begin not only to respect them more, but also believe in the practicality of their ideas, regardless of appearances. And those born on August 2 run the gamut from the most sensitive to the most insensitive of souls. And generally, they continue in a straight-ahead direction, whether or not they have the empathy to feel for those they mow down in their path. True bulldozers, yet highly idealistic in their vision, they are tough to stop. Power and money are tremendous temptations to those born on this day, but they generally manage to use them as tools to an end rather than becoming tools themselves. The personal taste and lifestyle of August 2 people are most often highly unconventional, and they do not allow peer pressure to force them to conform. More sensitive August 2 people may be severely wounded by the criticism and judgment of others, but they generally won't show it. A certain ruthlessness toward the feelings of themselves and other marks those born on this day. Thus, an August 2 person who begins life as a sensitive soul can wind up being a hard-boiled character, and his or her sympathy for softness and vulnerability in general diminishes directly in proportion to this increasing toughness. The confidence August 2 people display is built on a bedrock of knowing precisely what they can and cannot do. And such a realistic assessment of their capabilities usually guarantees their success. They also may be averse to accepting help from anyone, preferring always to do every aspect of a project themselves. This, however, can hold them back both materially and spiritually. Sooner or later, they must learn the value of sharing responsibilities and duties, essentially trusting on a deep level. The passions of August 2 people tend to run pretty high where love matters are concerned, and they can have difficulty finding mates who can stand up to their high demands over a period of time. Thus, their path may well be littered with casualties, and they themselves somewhat weathered by experiences on the way. Well, I liked that read. What did you think? I know it's your birthday. Well, for those of you whose birthday it is today, but it was pretty good. A lot of things that I have an opinion on. So let's dive into some notes on the breakdown, shall we? Let's see if I can get myself centered here. Ooh, that's a bit better. And it's still centered? I can't quite see. All right, hey. I like this. You follow your path contrary to the naysayers, all right? And wouldn't you know it? You're the outlier. You're the dark horse, all right? And what gets me is they mentioned at a certain point, you think, well, I mentioned this, more people would figure out that you always get this thing going and that they would trust in your success after you proved yourself to be the dark horse. And I think they mentioned that ends up coming around for some highly intuitive people. But I hadn't reached that point in the notes when I was writing them down. All right, what else have we got here? Trust in your success, if that's the kind of dynamic, was always a reality. Same idea. But an ability to embrace change while remaining yourself is also huge. Be like China is what I wrote in that regard. There's a reason they're the oldest culture in history. They always adapt to what's on the horizon. They might be a little slow to take it up, but they generally come around. That's right. What else we got? But a bulldozer, eh? As an accomplished D7 operator myself when I was in the Marine Corps, and I was pretty good at it. I could move the ground, let me tell you. Though in a literal sense, not so much as it's mentioned here in the book. Perhaps it doesn't matter, but I say this in jest and in all seriousness. Keep plowing ahead, all right? No matter what the naysayers say, no matter if you're a tough, hard-boiled character or sensitive, keep plowing ahead. Full throttle, okay? Take it from a heavy equipment operator. You need that full throttle if you're going to keep the hydraulic oil moving through them cylinders. It's essential, all right? But maybe not in a literal sense. Who's to say? You take that for a metaphor, if you like. Food for thought, all right? What else we got here? Oh, yeah. You also, what doesn't apply to your metaphor potentially is that if you keep plowing ahead with no regard, well, if you're an actual bulldozer operator, you might murder someone, all right? So keep that in mind too, or append that to the metaphor if you like. All right, what else we got here? As to the temptation of money, all right? Good on you if you can use it as a tool toward your dreams and your respective ends. That said, in my opinion, you need to try your best not to let it affect you or become the reason unto itself. All right, it is a tool. It's great to have a lot of it, so you have as many options as you like. but it can get in the way of you accomplishing things. At least that's what I have found. Security's great, and the tools to get your stuff is great too. But just be mindful of not becoming the tool yourself. All right, I'm saying all this because I'm just trying to find my place again. All right. That said, try not to let the naysays affect you. They will, obviously, but don't let that hard-boil you. Nobody likes a hard-boiled person. Eggs is fine, but hard-boiled people? No, sir. And it compromises who you are. Down deep, I think, anyway. So you're letting them win the game that they probably don't even realize they're playing. The naysayers, in that regard. So I say build up a proportional toughness towards the strength of character, all right? Make it a even build there. Maybe a little bit more on the ruthlessness, who's to say, you know, it's a tough time. But say I'm also right with you there with regard to accepting, not wanting to accept help. I often don't want to accept help because help. Because the golden rule there, do unto others, you do unto you, you know. If I'd kind of look at it the reverse there, you know. I don't want to ask for help, so I don't want people asking me for help. I'm all for offering it up if I feel like doing as much, but I don't want people coming to me all the time. Hey, can you give me a favor? Can you give me a favor? No, I'm busy, all right? I got stuff going on. So that's why I do stuff myself, all right? Because I don't want people coming to me for help. All right, if I didn't already emphasize that. I don't like owing anyone, I wrote here, but I also don't like being asked for help. So I suppose giving over to the idea of taking a chance on that is something you aren't alone in examining, is my point. All right, assuming that applies. All right, also be mindful of bulldozing through folks in the love department, all right? It's just not very cool or necessary. At least in my mind. All right. That's what I put down for your breakdown. All right. Hey, let's dive in to your numbers and your planets. That's right. I'm out of frame on this one too now. What's going on? I messed it all up. We'll figure it out, shall we? Or maybe I'm just seeing that with the split monitors. All right. Hey, you're losing the narrative, buddy. Let's dive into the numbers and planets. All right. Let's do it. Those born on the 2nd of the month are ruled by the number 2 and by the moon. Those ruled by the number 2 generally make good co-workers and partners rather than leaders, interestingly. But this does not hold true with August 2 people. The ability of those born in this day to work with others may, however, prove a measure of both their maturity and their spiritual evolution. And since the sun, which rules Leo, and since you're ruled by the sun, which rules Leo, August 2 people come under a moon-sun connection, which warns against mentally pushing beyond the limits of physical endurance. And the moon suggests strongly reflective and passive tendencies, which are only evident in the sensitive type of August 2 personality. The moon in the number 2 mentioned above may be far more influential if an August 2 person is a second child, as he or she may be forced into such a role relative to the older sibling. Very interesting. All right, let's see what I had to say about your numbers and your planets. The moon-sun relationship, the old dichotomy. All right, your strength is as a coworker and a partner. The only thing it said, that might not apply so much. See, surprising as it sounded like that wasn't really the case. I put that down because I didn't notice it said that before. All right. But maybe it isn't. All right. Sometimes this stuff is up in the air and, it's a little a la carte, a little pick and choose what you like if you don't know what a la carte means. But I like this entry about your working with others, being a measure of your maturity and your spiritual evolution. That's not something I remember being written for other numbers and planets, so perhaps that's something to consider. Maybe it's important for you. All right. So just like your passive and reflective qualities for your sensitive August 2 personalities, though I'm surprised it doesn't say anything about the insensitive folks. That's a little a la carte too, whichever chicken nuggets you might like from that. I don't know. I thought it was interesting that we're left up in the air about the insensitive types. There's some of them out there too. They need their advice, don't they? Even though they don't like accepting help, they still like to hear it, I bet. All right. And then this information about the second sibling there. That's interesting. I haven't seen that written in there either. So whatever that means, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, maybe you're being forced into a role of the older sibling, for those of you this applies to, and be mindful of it. Maybe that has washed your perspective to a certain extent. I don't know, that sounds like some therapy type stuff to discover, but it's good to be mindful of. They make mention of it. So, hey, all right, hey, let's dive in with your tarot, the more eclectic of the New Age practices by my mind, but fun and free and worth examining. Yeah, let's see what they have to say. Why not? The second card of the major arcana is the Priestess, shown seated on her throne, calm and impenetrable. She is a spiritual woman who reveals hidden forces and secrets, empowering us with knowledge. Favorable qualities of this card are silence, intuition, reserve, and discretion. Negative values are secretiveness, mistrust, inertia, and indifference. And this last trait, it says in parentheticals, is evident in the insensitive type of the August 2 person. I wanted to burn it down in the notes there, but I didn't. I saved it because as I was reading on, I noticed they did mention you folks if you are out there. All right, here's your tarot notes. Favorable qualities of silence, intuition, reserve, and discretion. So lean into them if you are ever on the fence, because they are apparently your strengths. Why not go with your instincts, right? But I love that they mentioned indifference being an element or a trait of the insensitive August 2 people. I thought they'd forgot about you, all right? And as I read through, I didn't think they were going to personalize it, but then they surprised me by pulling in and applying it to the insensitive type there. I also like to make mention on this particular card there, they make mention of, let's see what we have here. Strength being intuition, silence, and reserve, and discretion. But then they say a negative value is secretiveness. Well, isn't that what you want in secrets? And people that keep secrets there? I always find there to be a disconnect there, but I still haven't quite figured that one out. In any event, I like to make mention of it because it's interesting. And this is your birthday. You need to get all the information, don't you? All right. Let's move on to your health. All right, your health. Let's do it. Those born on August 2, particularly the more hard-boiled types out there, must beware of overstressing their heart and circulatory system and taking care of your yolk, right? High blood pressure may be a difficulty accompanying advanced age, particularly for August 2 men, if they are unable to relax in their work and lifestyle. One suggestion is that they develop a secure home base, investing money, energy, and time into building a comfortable and stable foundation for their life. In a literal sense, it sounds like. Those born on this day should try to bring their diets and exercise patterns more in line with conventional wisdom, and this will add at least a few years to their dynamic lives. All right, hey, but maybe you like them cigarettes more, and so you're willing to sacrifice those years. Who's to say? That's up to you, isn't it? All right, that's not part of my notes. That's just some ad-lib there. Let's see what we had to say about your health. Ooh, hard-boiled types need to beware stressing their heart. You don't say. You insensitive bulldozers, I guess, right? Be sure to relax for that blood pressure and don't hoard either, all right? You may not know what that is, but that was Grandpa Dykeman's indirect advice. Dumping out will lower your blood pressure there. At least that was his advice when I had a headache, all right? So don't hoard, okay? I used to do that as a child. I don't know why. It was too time consuming to dump out, all right? That's why. All right, and I guess a good house is good for your health. That's a new one, okay? So take heed, all right? They hadn't put that in the health before, at least that I can remember. What else we got here? And add some more years to your life. We already said that one. Bulldozing life with a diet, conventional wisdom. Yeah, that was it. Take care of yourself. That's what it's saying in a nutshell. All right, hey, let's move on to some advice. Don't lose your sensitive side, you bulldozers. It's your connection with humanity. Maintain your idealism, but respect the wishes of others as well. And remember the needs of your family and children. Learn to accept the help of others. Ugh, who wants that? Who wants help? Yucky. All right, what do I have to say in the notes here for your advice? Don't lose your sensitive type, bulldozer. I said that. Jeez, I'm prescient here. I'm always remembering what I wrote. Surprising. That never happens. You require that humanity. Remember your family's needs and learn to accept others. I'm just getting redundant here. It's good advice, but rather rote, I find. So, meh. That's what I wrote. Does that mean it's socially? Oh, wait. I'm getting ahead. That's the meditation. What else is there to say? It was pretty quick and down and dirty as far as your advice is concerned. But maintain your idealism and respect the wishes of others. So, hey, you can keep your head in the clouds if you like, and the way of looking at the world. But just be mindful of the other people that affects, all right? Yeah, well, that's a good takeaway, I suppose, there. But in any event, let's dive in. Your meditation. Are you ready? War will become obsolete when it is socially unacceptable. Once again, war will become obsolete when it is socially unacceptable. And here was what I had to say about that there in the notes. Does that mean war is socially acceptable? Question mark. If you didn't pick up on the rising tone there. I guess it might be. Who's to say? Who's to say? All right, let's go and dive in and get down deep into the deep end of the pool with your strengths and your weaknesses. Your strengths, you're versatile, you're adaptable, and you're determined. And your weaknesses, you're impervious, disconnected, and irresponsible. I thought it said irreconcilable for a second. I go, that's not the word. Irresponsible is the word. Okay. Let's dive into the deep end of the pool with those born on this day. Yes, sir. Let's get us a snapshot of the other people who share your birthday. I think it's interesting to see who's going to come up in the lottery there, who they decided to mention. But it's also kind of a good way to frame everything they've said and maybe append it to somebody who we know in the social, pop cultural icon, lexicon, whatever you want to say. But hey, we know that person. Whoa, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense there. That's what I'm trying to get around. That's what I'm trying to correlate for you. So let's dive in with those born on this day. All right, we have Frederick Auguste Bartholdi. The French Statue of Liberty designer. Ooh, how about that? We got James Baldwin. It doesn't have any other information. We have James Baldwin, the American expatriate novelist of Giovanni's Room. He was an essayist and wrote Nobody Knows My Name. We also have Peter O'Toole, the film actor. We have Myrna Loy, the film actress. We have Henry Steele Olcott, strong name. If I had Steele as a middle name, I'd keep it too. He was co-founder of the Theosophical Society with Madame Helena Blavatsky, a lawyer as well as a journalist. We also have Jack L. Warner, the film company founder, a Water Tower fan apparently. Linda Fratian, a U.S. Olympic gold medal winning a figure skater, if you didn't know. We have Carol O'Connor, film, TV actor. He was famous for Archie Bunker, if you didn't know, of All in the Family. We have Bernadine Healy, a health administrator, cardiologist, and the NIH first woman director. We have Ira Progoff, who was a psychologist, creator of Journal System, a writer of At a Journal Workshop. Apt. We have Garth Hudson, the organist of the band. We have Sir Arthur Bliss, British composer. We also have Kathy Lennon, a singer of the Lennon Sisters. Victoria Jackson, a comedian, TV actress. We also have Ruth Marcus, a Yale philosophy professor. Gary Merrill, a TV actor. We have Louis Pauwels, who's a French journalist. Might be Louis Pauwels, French journalist and writer of Morning of the Magicians. Oh, the card was the Priestess, not the magician guy. We have Bob Rae, the Canadian political leader, Geoffrey Dutton, an Australian poet, writer, and critic, as well as Stephen A. Rosenberg, an immunologist. I know I'm saying that wrong. Oh, we need to butcher those words and names that we got wrong, don't we? I need to account for that. I don't mean it as a sign of disrespect. No, sir. All right. Hey, where are we? Where are we? Let's take us out, all right? Hey, your season is summer. Your sign, once again, is Leo, of the Leo 1 period specifically. And your quality and element is fixed fire. That's right. And this has been August 2nd, the day of the versatile signature, if you forgot. Should be the day of the bulldozer, shouldn't it? That's right. The big old D7. Yes, sir. I like me the D7 operating. Yes, sir. Okay, hey. Secret language of birthdays. That's where we got all of this stuff here. And I got an affiliate link for it in the description if you're interested in picking up your own copy so that you don't have to listen to some tool bag drone on about it. That's right. Hey, and there's all sorts of other stuff in here too. So pick you up a copy. You know, maybe you want to. I'll tell you what this is good for. Throwing on a coffee table and entertaining company. It's going to get the conversation started for better or for worse. If you ever have trouble getting people to come out of their shell. So, yeah, pick you up a copy, all right? What else do I have to say here? Happy birthday, all right? Today's your birthday. I just want to say it once again, happy birthday. And for everyone else who joined us, out of curiosity, if you stuck around, I just want to say I hope you enjoyed yourself and you join us for your birthday reading too. That's right. And before we take us out here finally, your numbers and your daily numbers, your numbers and your planets, your daily numbers again. A 4 and a 3, 4 and 7. Get out there and let the universe be your guide if you're open to it. All right. Happy birthday once again. Take care.